Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Tony Colangelo, and I'm here with my great friends, Wayne Capili and Fraser Almeida. Good morning, guys.
Morning.
Hello.
Hi. So today we're continuing with our next video, talking about professional development, which is so important to us in terms of our growth as photographers and in helping us to run our business. Um, over the last few years, in terms of professional development, Wayne, Fraser, and I have had the distinct pleasure of offering a 2-day professional development workshop held every year in Las Vegas just prior to the PMRE conference, and it's called Capturing Luxury, a focused approach to luxury real estate photography. It's been a tremendous success by any measure. And as a professional development event, we know that it's a pretty intensive commitment. So for those of you who are thinking of attending our workshop, but maybe are looking for some additional information, maybe you might be on the fence or something, we thought we would put together some videos to help with that. But rather than having you listen to us go on and on and on, we thought, wouldn't it be nice to invite someone who has already attended the workshop, a former student. And today we are delighted to have with us Dave Koch, who attended our workshop a couple of Novembers ago. I'm sure many of you are familiar with Dave as a really good real estate photographer, a great landscape photographer, and has recently transitioned into a very interesting, and I'm sure we'll talk about it, Dave, the whole idea of shooting. I guess it's a different type of luxury photography where you are
Yeah.
shooting airplanes. Is that right?
Oh, it's just something I enjoy. I've always enjoyed aircraft anyway, but to take my craft and my art and to move it into that sphere is just doubly fun for me and just very inspiring.
Oh, wonderful. So I'm sure we're going to talk more about that. But in terms of jump-starting our conversation today,
Mhm.
Dave, if you can go back in your mind, if you can, to prior to attending the Capturing Luxury workshop in Las Vegas a couple of years ago, what prompted you to register for that workshop?
In a word, Wayne.
Okay, great.
Um,
So,
yeah.
Fraser, I guess you and I can have a break now.
Well, we'll just leave.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll be emailing you that money right after this conversation, Dave.
Okay. Well, Wayne has always been someone who I've looked up to as a photographer, and not that Tony and Fraser aren't. I remember first really seeing Fraser's work in a night shoot he did in Vegas with a lot of aerials and stuff, and that was beautiful too. But but years and years and years ago, I remember just looking at Wayne's stuff going, how does he do this? How does he do this? And my wife saying, well, why don't you just go to Monterey for a week and shadow him? And then the workshop came about, and it, was exactly that, but with the added benefit of Tony and Fraser. So it really, to me, the it just was where I was at in my career and what I needed to get up to my next level and beyond.
Can you describe very quickly, when you say where I was at in my career at the time, where were you at, bud?
I was I think there are phases we all go through. I think everybody kind of goes through an HDR phase, and then, oh gosh, Rich Baum promised me money if I said flamboyant. So, we all go through that. But I just kept looking for more, and I've always been the person who, my personal motto is, may your next picture be your best picture. Not because, oh, tomorrow's house is going to be better, but because you're always building on what you know and you're always trying to get better. And I'm always looking for that next thing to push me to the next level.
Right.
And that's exactly what I looked at in the workshop here was, I was kind of stale inside, and I wasn't able to push. I didn't have the knowledge to know what I needed to do to the
Right.
next level because Rich Baum hadn't made a name for it yet. Um, so sorry for picking on Rich, but I mean, you have these stages, and then there's kind of that whole universe of what's beyond that, and you just don't know how to get there, and you don't know what to do to push yourself to that level.
Yeah.
And so it's a lot of searching on your own and all that. And what I found with the workshop was I saw a lot of the things that I wanted to do in that, and I found a path to get me to that level.
Nice. Nice.
So Dave, when you were actually with us for those 2 days in the workshop, can you just share a little bit of your experience and how it felt being around individuals like yourself?
Okay, I picked on Wayne. Now it's Tony's turn. Um, the landmark thing for me from that first workshop was I was setting up a shot, and this was after we had already had the lectures about composition and all the classroom stuff, and we were out in the field. And I was setting it up, and I thought for sure I had it. And Tony walks by me and whispers to me, "It's a single point perspective, dummy." And
I didn't use the word dummy.
no, he didn't, but I don't know where this is going. So,
But that's what you
but
heard.
that's what I heard, and that is right. And to this day, I will text Tony and say, "I'm on a single point right now," because I hear his voice guiding me and pointing me to things I had not seen originally. And the same goes for both of the rest of you. The To me, everybody has their own style, and I'll be honest, not everything Wayne does is something I want to do, not everything Tony does is something I want to do, and everything Fraser does is not always something I want to do. But the beauty of what's happening here is I can take from Wayne, I can take from Tony, I can take from Fraser, and I can make it Dave.
Yeah.
And it's not, I am not Wayne, I am not Tony, I'm not Fraser. I'm doing my own thing. And those things that I want to do from each of you, I've been able to take and consolidate into my own methodology and workflow.
Nice.
And I think, like I said, I do hear Fraser's voice and I do hear Wayne's voice sometimes too in the back of my head too. But Tony's is the one I remember the most.
Yeah.
But you're always hearing that, and that's always helping at least me move on and move up and do better with every job that I do, so that I'm fulfilling my motto of always shooting better.
Awesome.
That's very kind of you. That's a great point.
So then, from a content perspective, what parts of the workshop what did you find that was most useful to you?
You know, there it's so hard to answer that because there's so many different things. I don't think anything I learned in the workshop was earth shattering, or nothing changed everything about the way I do. It's all little bits and pieces that, when added together, make a more cohesive whole. One of the things that I wanted to mention is that you don't really know what you don't know. And there are a lot of times Tony said, Wayne said, Fraser said something that just went like this because I wasn't prepared to understand what that is. And that's why something like this is really important, taking notes during the shoot. And
Yeah.
here is, what I go back and I refer to this every couple of months, and I'm finding new things all the time.
Yeah.
From a year ago, from 2 years ago. And it just all comes together and it keeps giving. The other thing that I found that keeps giving, that's neither Wayne, Tony, nor Fraser, is all the other people in my class. We all are on Facebook chats, and we're all on what do you call it?
WhatsApp.
Just yeah, and we're still talking to this day. I mean,
Yeah.
I've talked to 3 people from our class in May today.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, and the thing about photography is it's not like the Olympics. There's not a gold, a silver, and a bronze. Wayne can win, I can win, Tony can win, and we can all win without anybody having to take a second place. And that's how I feel it is working with you guys and with the other people that were in the class. Everybody is there to help make everybody else as good as they can possibly be and give of themselves to make everybody raise their own level of photography.
Yeah.
So back to your question about what were the most important parts, everything.
Yeah.
You know, the sum of the whole thing is far greater than the parts that make it up.
Nice.
Nice.
So to close out, Dave, we started the conversation by highlighting this very interesting niche of aircraft photography, and I'm thinking, it's funny where life takes us. But if you think back to the workshop and trying to think of how it influence direction and trajectory for you as an individual, as an artist and as a creative, both in your craft and in your business.
I think probably one of the most important things that I got out of it was forcing myself to slow down. It's not just looking at your composition, but it's showing the volume, not just the space. Which one of you said that? But you've got to look at and think about your purpose in being there and what are you there to show, because you shoot something for a vacation rental is not the same as you're shooting something to sell. With aircraft, I shoot for charter, which is a different mindset than shooting an aircraft to sell.
Yeah.
So I think.
So wait a minute, that's literally Airbnb.
Yeah, it definitely is. We were shooting one the other day, and it was so fun, but it was just lacking something. And we were just here in Salt Lake, so it wasn't any big deal. And I go, what we need is sushi. And they were like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Yeah, do it." So we called up the food delivery guys,
Yeah.
and we had them deliver to the tarmac sushi, and it made the picture. It really made an awesome picture. But it's always slowing down and thinking about how to complete the picture. I learned this from Wayne, I think a long time ago, is look at the light and don't light against the light, light to the light. Use the light and use the settings that you have and just make all that stuff come together and make a beautiful picture. Sometimes you might think about, I don't know. Sometimes I think we overthink shots. Sometimes it's better to just get back to simple, short, I call them like short declarative sentences where you just get in and you just get a simple shot, and those say so much more than when you're trying to get all that stuff and put it all in.
Nice. Well, Dave, thank you so much for your time today and for sharing some of your thoughts about attending our workshop and your experience of the workshop. We hope that this has been helpful to the community and anybody who's maybe on the fence thinking about attending our workshop or any other professional development event. I'm sure they took a lot of value from what you had to say today. So thank you very, very much.
Well, I just want to say, if you're on the fence, any one of these 3 would have been a great teacher. You put the 3 of them together, and you're just going to come out on top. And so I appreciate everything and all the time all 3 of you have given me, and all the advice that you've given me, because it's made me a far better photographer. So thank you guys.
That's very kind.
Thank you for that.
That's very kind. Thank you. So with that said, thank you again for joining us. If you have any questions at all about the workshop, please feel free to contact either of us. Right now, I'm the point person for the workshop. So if you want to reach out to me, that's great at my email, but you can contact Wayne and Fraser as well. Anyway, with any luck, we will see you in Las Vegas this November. And until then, please be well and enjoy your photography. Take care, guys. Thank you again, Dave.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks.